Welcome to this Quantemol Virtual Tool tutorial. In this part I will be overviewing the Tool Geometry tab and how you can use it to set up your tool geometry in your Quantemol-VT simulation. So first let's go ahead and load the project we created last time. So click the Load Project button. This will then load your project and open up the Tool Geometry tab, as you can see here. The Tool Geometry tab shows you a two-dimensional image of the tool geometry of the chamber you're going to simulate. Each of the different colours specifies a different material. Most of these simulations are cylindrically symmetric, so around this central axis, and we can now manipulate this tool geometry using the painter tools on the left. So first we can scale the image in our viewer on the right to make it easier to change and modify. So we can expand each of the dimensions using these sliders. We can also increase the actual dimension of the grid itself using these spin boxes and add extra dimensions. We won't do that this time. Below this you then have categorized lists of the materials which are in your mesh. So you have your vacuum, which is white color. We also have dielectrics, which are blue and yellow. Each of these colors can be changed just by double clicking and selecting a new color. As you see, it then changes in the painter. You can also change the name of these materials, so you can keep track of all the materials you have using those names. You can then paint in these materials using either a paintbrush or a fill bucket. So if I choose the dielectric material 2 here, you see I could change certain cells and then start painting and drawing in and changing the tool geometry to what's required. So I thought in this tutorial I'll show you how to quickly add a wafer to this geometry, which currently doesn't have one. So first, I draw out a chuck to put the wafer on, I'm just going to use a grounded material as a start. Then shield the edge with a dielectric, which we already have specified. And then I want to add a wafer. So I go to wafers. Unfortunately I don't have any wafers currently specified, so this is where I then need to click add material. By clicking the add material, this is just a initial warning to tell you this is still a beta feature, but should be coming out of beta very soon. And then you click OK through there, you get to the add material dialog. So first I need to give the material a name, so I'll just go with wafer 0. Tell it that it's a wafer I want to simulate. You then need to give the material an ID. This is set by the HPEM background program, and for wafer it's typical to use an ID of 8, but more information can be found in the HPEM manual. And here again I can set a colour, so I'll go for an orange, click OK. You can see this now appears in my wafers material list. Again, so it's already selected, so I then go and paint this material into my tool geometry. So there you go, I've just added a metal chuck, a wafer with dielectric edge, and so from there we want to generate the mesh for the simulation, so we click generate mesh. Once a mesh is generated, you'll be moved on to the materials property tab, telling you that it's successful, so you click OK, and here you get to see the properties of all your materials. So here we've added a wafer, so we better go straight away and set its property, which is a thickness. So if we just set this to 0.07 millimeters. But here you can also see the other materials which have already been predefined in this example. So you have your metals and their properties, such as whether they're powered or biased. You also have your nozzles, your outports, and also other general properties. So through here you can quickly access and change your material properties, and you can see they're nicely cross-linked with their material name showing and the colour of the material you had specified in the tool geometry to make it easier to know which material you're actually editing. So that is a quick overview of the tool geometry tab and how to add a material and draw in the tool painter. So next in the next part I'll be showing you how to use the chemistry tab.